Remember how patient you were with that guy when you guys were breaking up and patiently waiting for him to call or like give it another shot? Just be as patient with your own self. That's
Oh
it.
my God. But remember how patient I was when a guy didn't want to commit, but I still chased him for 6 months? That patient.
Oh my God.
You are entering the Overthink Tank.
It's about formal. Thanks, yaar.
Yeah, thanks, yeah. This is the vibe. Yaar. Her end sentence ke end mein yaar. But how do you like talk to us normal people when you are like Forbes 30 in the 30?
Well, Forbes was pretty cool. They decided to give me a special mention in the content creators category. So very grateful for that. But otherwise, सब सही है. Life
You still behave like a normal human
Yeah.
being. You still go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Today we're overthinking some real deep shit, by the way. And this is one of the most frequently asked questions on this podcast.
Okay.
How to deal with heartbreak. And I know it has a lot of like, complexities attached to it, which is why we'll overthink all of them on this episode. Dear Overthink Tank, my boyfriend dumped me and did not give me a reason. Shall I reach out to him for closure or should I keep my pride? Question mark.
Oh, I feel like everyone's kind of been there. If you reach out, there's a chance you might embarrass yourself because that person may not give you closure. So, overthink karo.
Yeah. But has this ever happened to you where like you didn't get closure
Well,
in a relationship?
It hasn't, but there has been a good like period of time where I had been ghosted out and then he suddenly came out of nowhere and then he gave me his reasons. So that has happened. Like it has happened briefly to me where I felt like, okay, like what do I do? And in that moment you don't know, like your world starts crumbling down, right?
Exactly.
So I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, let's just start with heartbreaks and how difficult they can be. Each of us have gone through our own chunk of heartbreaks, I believe. What was your worst like heartbreak where you were like, this I did not see coming?
I've had two.
Oh my God, I'm
Okay.
so sorry. Hold my hand.
Babe, it's okay.
It's
Let's just hope the second one was the last one.
Let's just hope. Touch wood.
But I think the first thing that you need to do is to understand that the whole concept of heartbreak is inevitable. When you invest yourself into something, into someone, into a relationship, and which consumes consumes every cell of your body, it can take you two places, right?
Yeah.
It can take you places with your partner, or it can just like not result into anything. So you need to know that this is a possibility.
Yeah, but
So-
that understanding comes very late
Yeah,
in life.
it
And
does.
eventually, I feel like all three of us are mature women and like we understand what heartbreak feels like. But when you're young, just to go with like any kind of rejection is so hurtful. Because that guy, like whoever you're dating, becomes
Yeah.
like the center of your world.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have a life growing up.
Yeah.
You're like school, and then this guy I talk to every night. What else is going on?
Yeah. And also, I guess that person gives you validation at a very young age. So you
True.
sort of associate the right kind of validation. Say this typical stereotype of guys or girls, whoever you're dating, would like kind of put you down, but then give themselves a compliment in a weird, twisted way. Then you kind of realize that, oh, aise hi hota hai. And that shapes you up as you grow up. So
Correct.
I think heartbreak it's necessary. I think everyone should go through it because it does help you evolve a lot.
I agree. I
It is
also
a
feel
learning
like-
lesson.
True, and it's also all about perspective. Like right now, at the age of 26, I feel like heartbreak for me, both my heartbreaks for me were the reason why I started therapy, were the reason why also I discovered all my childhood trauma, which I didn't know existed.
Exactly.
It was because of those heartbreaks that I started sort of working on myself. So if that had not happened, I wouldn't be this person. I wouldn't have the Komal Pandey aesthetic that you were talking about right now. I might not,
Yeah.
So, like Sejal said, you have to look at the silver lining. And as, like, I'm not trying to romanticize on the concept of heartbreak. It sucks. I know it sucks. And I don't want it because I don't want to be a better person anymore.
No,
Like, if someone offers me a heartbreak and tells me that believe me, you'll be a way stronger person. I'd be like, you know what?
Oh,
I'm
that's-
okay.
yeah.
I'm okay being an okay person right now. I'd pass.
Yeah, that's not a good deal. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't want that. So
It's just I get it, but like again, it's you. Sometimes you can't see it coming, and
True.
that's what hurts it more. Because a lot of heartbreaks happen when you can see the end of a relationship. You can like the last 3 months when you know that you've fallen out of love or like something's not working out.
Yeah.
You're basically building up the
Building
courage
up
to
to it, yeah.
break up. Have you ever been in a situation where like you've been in a stretch to break up?
Oh my God. Yes.
Tell me.
I have, because for us social media people, nobody lets us forget it
Man.
till today.
And I think I know what you're talking about because I've been witness to it, a part of it. And yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess for all of us creators
Yeah.
now, it will happen. I hope it doesn't to people, but it's something that for everyone who started out
Yeah.
really young, it will happen. Both of us started at a very similar time.
Yeah.
So that's how. Please let me forget it, guys. I'm trying to move on.
Yeah, but again, this is such a good question, which is what's it like to break up in front of 1 million people? I bet it has
It's
a lot
fun.
more.
I'll do it again.
You'll make one more breakup video.
Yeah, and I make a lot of fun of it, like
Yeah.
in all my videos and stuff as well. But yeah, it's just super funny now. It's
You're
just
just
the
like-
biggest joke.
Yeah, eventually you have to look at it as content, True. At least
Yeah,
I got
and also-
content out of my last
also with
boyfriend.
with
Guys, why are we being so problematic right now?
yeah, that's not cool. But no, but also like, how would you do it with your friends, right? Like you make fun of it, and in a way, like with the community that we have, it's kind of funny. Like they've all seen all of us grow up.
True.
Yeah, like I've seen Komal grow up literally
Same,
from her
ditto.
first few videos.
Ditto. Yes.
But is there no other way to look at it? Because sometimes as creators, you're only left with like this approach of like, if I can't do anything about it, let me just laugh at it. But I bet it's hurtful sometimes, and people like scratching the surface for like some info on like, are you going to get back with your ex?
It's excruciatingly painful, especially when people, like 1 million people who don't know you, who just see like 2% of you on social media, and then they, start like passing opinions. They start commenting on your pictures. Oh my God, you must be a bitch to him. You look like an arrogant bitch anyway. And then because at that point of time, you're already so vulnerable. Your your self-worth has gone down the drain. And then this like a complete stranger comes to you and tells you, you know what? It's happening because maybe you're not worth it, or maybe you were not.
That sucks. That's so mean.
It's
Yeah.
just,
And they
like
have
I'm getting
no-
flashbacks right now,
No, don't go there.
So it sucks. It really sucks. But then after a point, you need to have a thick skin, and you just need to like just turn a blind eye onto it after a point.
Yeah.
And it sucks. All I can
I
say
bet
is
it sucks,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just really sucks. You know what I did, honestly? I blocked his name from my social media.
Good.
So people couldn't even mention
That's
him.
smart.
You
That's
know?
really smart.
And it's still
Yeah.
there. It's still there. Like if you go in settings, you can block a few words, right? So
Yeah.
any comment that contains that word. So tip.
A very good tip.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you guys would agree, but like people like look at blocking your exes as a very like bad thing. Like you shouldn't block, or
No.
like block is such a hateful thing. But like you needed to safeguard yourself. I mean, especially when I'm in a mess. I
Right.
do not want to see their social media. Can I
Right.
just like I just want a good social media experience.
Right.
That's all I want. I don't want to
Right.
like open my social media and like cry again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people look at it very wrongly to
I
like
guess to
block your exes.
Each their own.
Yeah,
I guess,
Who are we
yeah.
to say what anyone else should do?
100%. What would you do if you broke up with someone and it was a bad
I think it
breakup?
depends, right?
Cry. With my friends, cry. Yeah, just cry. I think now that I'm older and wiser, I would probably say I'd let myself feel what I'm feeling, because I will eventually. So I'd let myself feel that, and then it'll hopefully fade away. When I was younger, I would probably say that this is the time to work really, really hard and distract myself. It does work, but then your feelings will still come back. So it's just best to let it be.
But this is such a good learning that
I agree.
I've only learned it like in the last couple of years, but like let feel the feeling.
Let it. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you feel like crying, if you feel sad, don't kick it to the curb. Feel it. because then it's going to come back,
Yeah.
and it might just come back in your next relationship, and then might as well like sabotage that.
Oh my god, let's not get into how
Yeah.
people with bad exes come with like a lot of baggage from a past relationship and they dump it all on you.
True. So you just have to be patient as you could be with your own self.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Remember how patient you were with that guy when you guys were breaking up and patiently waiting for him to call or like give it another shot? Just be as patient with your own self. That's
Oh
it.
my god. But remember how patient I was when a guy didn't want to commit, but I still chased him for 6 months? That patient.
Oh my god.
Dude, have you also been in a relationship that didn't feel like a relationship?
Oh, in what way? What
in
does
a way
that mean?
that he would never tell you if it's a thing.
Like he was
but-
not fully into it and you knew, but you were still kind of like chasing him.
So with me, it's kind of been like this person I've dated, he was at least always too busy, and I get being busy but like rubbing it in my face. So that kind of felt deficient to me, that arey yaar, we're
Yeah.
dating, you know.
Yeah.
We can spend like
Yeah.
an hour together every day, but that's what made me feel like I was in the chasing position. I'm trying to chase someone to give me their time, and dude, I'm super busy too, and if I can give you time, I'm sure you can as well. Matlab, you know, like not a lot of people usually tell creators or like entrepreneurs that हम बहुत busy हैं. So I was like, अच्छा कितना busy है
कितना
यार.
busy है? तुझे आज कितनी रील बनाई है पता है?
बहुत थक गई हूँ मैं.
I think
Actually, you guys both do your setup on your own. Like I've seen you putting up your own background and your camera angles.
Yeah.
So you guys literally do more
Yeah,
work.
we run businesses, dude. Like that's just one aspect of it.
Stop
especially
bullshitting
Sejal
us.
for that matter. She's been a one-man army
Yeah.
ever since I've known her actually. And I
Yeah.
think I know which guy you're talking about.
Oh god.
You can name this person. You'll beep it out.
No, we are not named
I don't remember his name,
Good.
but I've met him.
What does it start with?
Babe, you deserved better anyway. Now I can say it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I have had those times with Komal.
Yeah.
This is not happening.
We've actually been very, very vulnerable with each other. There was a time when, like, we were quite thick
You
at
had the
one
same
point.
social circle at some point.
At some point.
we
No.
started pretty much at the same time. Actually,
Say it, bol de, bol de.
so I mean so
Yeah.
she used to be a part of this other company doing
Yeah.
videos there, and I also happened to audition. So that's I think the first place where we crossed paths, and then we did a few collabs, and then she started a YouTube channel, and I was like, go for it, start a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. And yeah, she's grown so much. It's really awesome to see.
Oh, you guys know each other for how many years now?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I think like 5?
Longer than any relationship you've
4
had.
to 5 years, I guess.
Pretty much.
Which is
Yeah.
why I also believe that friendship is like
Friends
it just
will
friends could be your
stay.
soulmates too, you know.
Yeah.
There's also this aspect of like you have to find a good guy, like you know.
But, you know, like, I have already given up on looking for my soulmate. I look for companionship, but I don't believe in... I don't believe in the whole point of like finding my soulmate in my partner. My partner right now is not my soulmate, and I know it. But he makes me happy, and I've never been happier. I think I've found my soulmate in my mother and one of my friends actually. So I don't get the whole point of why do we have to romanticize the whole concept of soulmates. I can find my soulmate in you.
Yeah, and you can have more than one soulmates.
And I can be in love with someone else, and it's okay. So, yeah, I think again it's all about perspective.
Yeah, that's a really
so
cool
cool.
point
And
for sure.
Also, like on the point of how like running around guys, running after guys, I think I have been very toxically only been attracted to men who've been emotionally unavailable
Same.
all the time because of my father issues.
Same.
Because my
Oh,
father was
you
unavailable.
say father issues and not daddy issues. I like that. It's more respectful.
I
it's,
don't
more,
know.
It's more dignified.
Yeah, it's more dignified.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also like a slang and people just use it very
I know.
frivolously and I hate
Same.
it.
I also hate it
I
when
don't like it.
Also, when people say it as an insult to like women, I'm like, this is not my fault. I have daddy
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
It's basically because oh my god,
Yeah, that's another topic
whole
for sure.
topic. Daddy issues.
So,
Yeah, but that's something really cool you said actually because of the movies we watched, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, you can't have all the aspects that you want in life from one person. That's
Oh my God,
unrealistic.
that
I
is
wouldn't
like
want to
you're
give.
literally reading my mind. I was just about to
We're
say
on
that.
same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the same page.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that person for anyone too. कि तुम्हारे anxieties भी मैं ही सुन रही हूँ, and like, you know, I'm helping you out with your work. I'm
Yeah.
being your best friend. That's just weird. I
It's
have-
very draining.
Yeah, it
to
is
be that
super
one
draining.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you need someone who comes in as their own person in the relationship, and who people who have a life going on outside of the relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's more like things to talk about. You know, you're not just sitting at home and be like, well, I just waited for you while you were out the whole day. Just have
Yeah.
something going on.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's more important to agree to disagree. Even if I'm not on the same page with my partner, I think it's important that both of us should be aware that we're not on the same page and be okay with it. I think like I want to achieve that level of understanding with my partner, because you cannot be on the same page all the time, especially when feelings, emotions, and all of that is
Yeah.
involved, right? So
Oh,
I think I
man.
just want to like, I just want someone emotionally intelligent, and be emotionally intelligent towards him is what I could.
No, that's
Say.
yeah. That's again not a big ask. Just emotionally intelligent people, hit me up. Just hit me up. Have you guys had any dramatic public restaurant breakups?
Go for it, babe. Go for it.
Oh my God, Cyril, same. But you go first.
I mean, metro food court, you know,
Yeah, that
college.
counts.
That, yeah, so well that. Because college life, metro life, you're traveling in the metro a lot. So
Yeah.
हाँ वो हो चुका है. Oh my God, is this really happening? And no, but yeah, we have no future together.
Oh my
so
God,
all that.
man.
Oh,
For you.
yeah, I'm a
I can
crier. I cry
imagine.
really
I also
easily.
cry.
So
Same.
वो तो हो जाता है. So well, to answer your question, yes.
Yes, you had. What about you, Kamal?
रिमेम्बर राजीव चौक में एक सीसीडी होता है, तो वहाँ पे मैं
Go
4
on.
घंटे बैठ के वेट करती थी. सो आई हैड नो मनी. आई वाज ब्रोक मोस्टली ऑल द टाइम. तो वो बाहर होता था कनॉट प्लेस में, वो किसी रेस्टोरेंट में चिल कर रहा होता था अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, और मैं नहीं जाती थी बिकॉज आई वाज आल्सो लाइक आई हैड दिस प्राइड इन मी दैट आई डोंट हैव मनी, नो आई कांट चिल एंड आई डोंट वांट लाइक यू टू पे फॉर मी और व्हाटएवर. सो आई वाज लाइक इट्स फाइन, यू फिनिश योर चिलिंग सेशन विद देम एंड आई विल वेट एट CCD फॉर you. So
For
this one
4
time,
hours?
yeah. So this one time, he said, "Okay, I'll just be there in half an hour," and he came after 4 hours, and like an idiot, I waited.
Did you at least drink some coffee?
I was broke.
Oh my God.
But what did you
And I
do
think the
after he
waiters were
came back?
hating on me. Nothing.
He was hating on you when he gets late?
No. The waiters,
Yeah,
I think they
because
probably just wanted to throw me
yeah.
out. But I think CCD में ये चलता है because CCD में करने ये लोग जाते हैं, वेट करने जाते हैं वहाँ पे बैठ के.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like the haven for like broke kids.
तेरे
who don't
फ्रेंड्स
have
बन गए थे
money.
वहाँ पे.
Yeah.
तुम्हें भी जैसे हो. Okay.
I think उनको एक free coffee तो मुझे दे देनी चाहिए.
Actually,
just like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
तभी बंद हो
yeah,
गया CCD.
he walks in. He walks in after 4 hours and he was stoned, like he was high. Okay, so he's obviously intoxicated. He's not in the right state of mind. And I don't question him because I was submissive, I was timid. I also was extremely scared that what if he leaves me? Because my entire world revolved around him. I had no friends, you know, like I lost on all my friends because I just gave all my time to him. So after a point, you're just insecure and you feel like this is the only ray of hope in my life. And if he goes away, who will love me? I won't be loved anymore. And I didn't want to like invest myself into people again. So yeah, I just said nothing.
And you came back home with him. Where did you guys leave after that?
Yeah, I just took the metro and came back home, and he went back to his friends.
Man, that must have been a bad day.
Yeah, that sounds quite sad.
Yeah.
He came 4 hours late. Does he have no concept of time? Half an hour, 4 hours, it's not nearly the same.
It's not. And I know I'm not one to talk today because I'm an hour late. I'm so sorry. This is my public apology to Surbi and Sejal. I'm so sorry.
you.
And to the whole team, guys.
We
I'm so
want a
sorry.
coffee.
We
Yes.
want a free coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, I will hang out with you guys and I'm not stoned and I will like...
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for making
give
it
full
so much to
attention.
this podcast.
Yes. But yeah.
But I've had a dramatic public breakup also in a restaurant. And I feel like those work for me.
Oh, nice.
I'm not one to like break
You
up
like
in
an
a bedroom.
audience.
I like an
You're
audience.
क्या आप comedian हो?
I'm a comedian.
अच्छा.
I think there's something about doing a public breakup where like also it's both of you are in the same, you're facing each other and it gets intense. You're also wondering if you should like have some alcohol before you can say the right words. So I remember this one breakup that happened. We ordered like 2 glasses of alcohol. We weren't talking to each other at all. We were just like normally discussing, so how was your day? But we knew we were there for a breakup. And then once we were like down 2 drinks, we were like, all right, let's talk. Let's talk. And it took like half an hour and both of us like crying. I took a loo break, came back. He was crying, so he took a loo break and came back. But it was and then the most movie part of this breakup was that he dropped me out and I took an auto. And then there was a U-turn. So I remember like I was fine when I was hugging him and saying, okay, bye, I'll see you around. And I sat in the auto took a U-turn and he was still outside. And by the time the auto took a U-turn, I was bawling. I was like, oh my God, my life is over.
Oh no.
Dude, the auto was just confused, like, yeah, ma'am, are you okay?
Did you get back to him?
I reached out for closure.
Oh no. That's why your first question. You were basically asking us if you made the right choice or not.
This is basically me.
But do you think you seeking for closure was actually just an excuse, like a disguised excuse to get in touch
100%.
with him, or maybe like rekindle what you had?
Yeah, all the time.
'Cause that's what I did.
This is what closure means to me. Another chance at telling him how wrong he was for
Yeah.
leaving me.
Or just to get to talk to him.
Just to
That's
get to talk to him.
also a thing.
True. And make him fall in love with you again, and make him realize that.
And then say no. Now I'm better for you.
I
Best.
want to do that once in life.
Every time
I've
you-
never done this. I've seen in movies like how like one of them runs after the other, and then by the end of it the other comes back, and then
चश्मे उतर जाते
उसके
हैं.
बाद then the guy or the girl is like, oh, you know what, I don't need you anymore. This has never happened with me. I want this to happen
No,
with
but I
me.
don't want it to happen with you. You're in a happy relationship.
You just want a good reel. You're like, it's a reel to badi achhi bani.
Babe, 10 million views.
Let's just go with it.
So toxic, so unhealthy that is.
And all of these bad breakup memories, I thought will end in like when I was young, but bad breakups still happen, except I am more mature and like,
Yeah.
you know, I have grown up and now I've seen like so many sides of people. I'm like, oh, people cheat also. I had no idea. I was like, this is happening in
Have
the
you
dating
been cheated
scene.
on ever?
I have.
You?
Not that I know of. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Just like optimistic. Hoping none of my partners have cheated on
Not
me.
that I know of.
What about you?
No, so I haven't been cheated on, but the guy I was dating, I was 18 when 18 and a half when I started dating him. And I dated him for 4 years. So I think by the end of 3.5 years, one fine day he wakes up, he calls me up and we meet, and he tells me that he wants to start seeing other women because he feels like he's so young, you know, and like he doesn't want to like just be with one woman and not know like there's more fish in the sea. So I was like, okay, what are you saying? What does that mean? He said, I think we should like explore polyamorous relationships. And
Oh my
I was
God.
18, 19. And I didn't even know what polygamy means. And I still remember I went back home and I just pretended that, yeah, I know what you're talking about. yeah, you want to see other women while like you want to be in a relationship with me. I know what you're talking about.
Dude,
but I went back home, I googled polygamy and I understood the whole concept. कि अच्छा ऐसा भी कुछ होता है non-monogamous relationships.
आपको बहुत जल्दी पता चल गया ये सब.
Yeah. So then he started messaging me, sending me essays about how we should like explore the whole non-monogamous setup. And he's like, you're my soulmate. You'll always be my soulmate. But I really feel like we should go out with other people and experience. And for me, I was a 19-year-old, and at that point of time, I was like, why do you want to see other women? Are you not happy with me? Am I not enough for you?
Yeah.
You know, I started getting those thoughts. So, but he anyway went out with other women, and eventually I also started seeing other men because I was like, you know what, let me just whatever. And I lost interest in him
This guy.
during that course. And he went batshit like crazy.
Oh,
and that's
no.
when he started getting violent and he started calling my parents up. Like the obsessive behavior began. And that's how we broke up by the end of it. So the last 6 months were extremely like it was just too much. It was too much, and I didn't want to be with him. Like I had to practically get rid of him.
How did he get mad at this? It was his idea.
Yeah, it was his idea. Because
yeah.
I don't think he would have
But he
assumed
didn't
that
see it
you
coming.
would do
Yeah,
it.
he didn't see it coming.
He thought कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, you're chill with this ना,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do this, अरे इसकी बस की नहीं है.
ये breakup कर लेगी, ये
Yeah,
breakup
हाँ,
कर
ये
लेगी.
breakup कर लेगी. But
True.
you did it. I mean,
You were like, okay.
I was like, okay, let me try. And then I was like, oh, he's right. There are better guys. There are
better
like
fish
guys,
in the sea.
better fish in the sea who actually treat me well.
There's more dick in the sea.
Yeah. And I was like, listen, I think you were right. But I think I want to break up only. I don't want to see
Oh,
you
God.
only.
What a,
So,
आपने
yeah.
उल्टा पता फेंका उसके ऊपर.
Yeah, the funniest thing is वो सोच के आया of all the reasons he could have come up with to see other people. ये I think उसने भी उसी दिन Google किया होगा. ये नया word है. Let me try it on Komal.
Talking about monogamy, what do you guys think about being non-monogamous
deep topic, for
arrangement?
sure.
I want to know.
I feel like as someone who's been cheated on, I've read a lot of stats about it because again, when something happens like this happens to you for the first time, you're just trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to zoom out
Huh.
of this whole thing. Okay, cheating is not a thing that just, you know, it is not as common, but it's pretty common. 40% of the relationships end because of infidelity.
True.
So
Also-
I also feel like maybe it's everyone's kind of doing
Also,
it.
I feel like as very technical scientific stuff, I'm going to say, but it'll make a lot of sense. I feel like as human beings, as living, like human beings, Homo sapiens, we're not supposed to be monogamous. We're animals. We were built to be with multiple people, have sex with multiple people. So monogamy is a very man-made concept. So it's difficult for everyone, believe me, like all of us to sort of stick to it. So I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's an
Yeah.
economic construct for sure.
You're not supposed to
Yeah.
be monogamous or be with one person.
Sorry, economic. Sorry, what were you saying about that?
Stop picking on me, you guys. Gang up kar rahe ho.
Please tell me.
No, like it's an economic construct. मतलब कि वो, you guys get what I mean.
I get
okay?
what you mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's for our audience.
No, so as a society has evolved, read the book Sapiens. Okay, it's a really good read. As society has evolved, we need ways to like organize people, right? So that it's easy to govern them. And these are just over generations. ये सब चीजें बन गई हैं.
True.
Yeah. And similarly, like how on like our level, how we're boxed into like fashion grader है. ये सब यही करेगी. ये गाती है, ये सब यही करेगी. Jokes? Yeah, so it's just a way to box people. But on a personal perspective, I don't know, because I've been conditioned to
True.
only believe that monogamous relationships are what lead to happiness. I think I'd be shattered if I know, like, जो मुझे नहीं पता था, not that I know of. If I get to know, I'll feel really terrible for sure.
I believe in the institution of marriage and I would want to get married at some point. But again, like Sejal said, I think a lot of it, a major part of it comes because of my conditioning. Also because of Karan Johar movies.
Yeah.
Also, getting married is just a legal arrangement again.
True.
So, but my mom, so basically, ये debate मैं अपनी मम्मी के साथ करी थी. And she was like, but beta, when you're having a child, like you don't want a commitment which is not on paper, but having a child together, that's a
Agreed.
huge commitment
Yeah.
too. So what do you
Agreed.
have to say to that? And I had no response. And I think she makes perfect sense because
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you're married, like you can still get out of it, but if you have a child, it'll fuck up the
Yeah.
child's psyche.
So yeah, I guess it's like, again, I don't know. We're not your therapist. Go to your actual
We're
therapist for
not,
this,
yeah.
guys. But before we end, I have a couple of questions.
And इतनी जल्दी?
एक और question है.
Oh,
एक और
what?
question
We
है.
covered a lot of
We covered
things
a-
in this question. We covered monogamy. We covered
काफी अच्छे.
शादी.
Shadi.
Kids.
Okay.
Heavy, yeah.
Okay, more important questions is, what do you guys do to move on after like a particularly bad breakup? Give me a list of things.
मुझे ब्रेकअप सॉन्ग याद आ रहा है अनुष्का का.
Oh.
Yeah. First,
कॉलेज की सहेलियों को मैसेज कर दिया, शैम्पू कर लिया. Yeah, I literally do all of that. I remember both my breakups, like my heartbreaks. My first breakup was so tough because I didn't know what was happening. Like I didn't even was aware of the concept of anxiety. So for me, it was just like, मुझे बेचैनी हो रही है, पता नहीं मुझे क्या हो रहा है, मुझसे एक जगह बैठा नहीं जा रहा है. So I used to just love being around people who could distract me. So I loved being around my friends. So I think the little things, even like physical changes, getting a haircut, coloring your hair, do what you want to, retail therapy.
Oh.
All of it helps. It
Post
still
breakup
helps.
haircuts. Have you
the
had
best.
Have you had post breakup
The
haircuts,
best.
Adrian?
My short hair, I think, happened because of I think yours too, right?
It's always nice.
Possibly.
I very vaguely remember. I've always had long hair.
Yeah.
Always. And I think my second heartbreak, after that, I just went full-fledged short.
Ooh.
And I think that's the best decision
Do
I've
you,
ever
do
made.
you now wait for a breakup to happen before getting a haircut? Just like breakup ही कर ही लेते हैं, मुझे haircut भी जाना है. तो अगर अभी breakup हो जाए.
नहीं, but I do know कि next breakup में मैं क्या करने वाली हूँ. Experiment अपने बालों के साथ.
अच्छा आपने वो
Yeah.
सोच के रखा है.
हाँ, that'll be enough
कि जैसे
push.
breakup होगा बाल blue.
Yeah.
Maybe get a tattoo or something.
You got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Will you ever get a tattoo of your significant other?
No.
I would love to.
I have
Yeah.
seen. Oh yeah.
Look at this
Great.
gal.
Dude. But I must tell you this so that you reconsider.
Okay.
So someone in my sub sun lo, okay. So in my school, the senior of mine, she was dating this guy for 1 month, and they basically उन्ने Facebook पे photo डाली थी 1 month anniversary cake and everything. We're just like, wow, dude, you guys really like in love. That's awesome. Next thing you know, she has huge tattoo over here, dude.
This is-
Over here.
Of the full
And-
name?
No, just the first name,
Initials,
thankfully.
yeah.
But the name of the guy is also like very generic.
What
Okay?
is it?
What is it?
It can be
Say it.
anything. Like for vague example, consider like Ashish, okay, and that's on your body. So
You'll tell us the name.
You'll tell us the
after
name,
this,
right?
yeah, and after this I'll tell you. But for
Yeah.
vague generic
Yeah.
example, and that's obviously still the case,
It's a
right?
mistake. But like even Deepika Padukone had her Ranbir Kapoor tattoo.
And she got it removed.
Yeah, she got it
eventually.
removed. So I don't think you can be. What do you do when you break up when you have a tattoo of their first name on
So,
you?
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Tell me.
I wouldn't get the first name ever. I would get an initial, and I would do it in a way where you won't even
Understand.
understand what it is. But I would have it, and if we break up, then it's just a tattoo that looks good, that looks cool, and like, I would just.
Yeah.
But I would love to do that.
I
to
think
sort
you
of,
should get it in like Mandarin. So like
Yeah,
once you break up,
I
I'm
think
like
that's
this just
great.
says life is great. It's not my boyfriend's name.
Or maybe get it somewhere at the back
Yeah.
so that you don't have to see it every day. You know,
Or maybe like my ankle.
Ankle is reserved for only like wave tattoos. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, or like a thing
Right.
around it.
Yeah, everyone's getting wave tattoos these days. Are you planning a new tattoo, Sejal?
No. I think I'm done. Like, I never thought I'd be the person to have 2 tattoos, but now I do. So I think I'm good for now.
Yeah.
That's freaking
We'll
cool
see.
though. All right. What are your personal tips to move on?
My personal tips to move on: go for a dance class,
Distract the fuck out your
have some fun. I guess. Okay, so when I had my whole breakup thing going on, don't put it out on YouTube, kids. And no, just kidding. But I reconnected with a lot of my old friends who I'd lost touch with because I had no time. That was good. I started reading, and I tried to find things that I like doing alone. So I used to go to Blue Toga and just
Nice.
chill.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and we used to chill a lot there too.
Yeah.
And it was fun, good days. So I found things that are just me.
Yeah,
No, they don't belong to anyone else.
That's
That
so
was
nice
really good.
to have a
That's
good
nice.
friend circle, especially when you're just out of a relationship. Because otherwise you'll be just, again, when you break up, I tend to do this when like I keep like going back in the scenario, like what could I have done better? Have I like done something weird?
That's the worst.
And it's you keep getting up like
Yeah.
unless you like talk to someone, you won't have any end to
You
it.
wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
So get a friend along and tell her that you would need a shoulder to cry on. Whoever your friend is, tell them that you need to cry today. Because I have cried on my friends' shoulders a lot of times, and it's the only thing that helps me come out of a breakup sooner.
Yeah.
Because then
Yep.
you realize, okay, this is not the end of it all. I
Yeah.
have people who care about me, and maybe this guy was just a douchebag.
And also, like, I think another cool thing that people can do and that I did also was make independent friends. Like, जो सिर्फ मेरे दोस्त हैं, ठीक है?
हाँ.
They're not because of the guy I'm dating. And not
Oh
because,
my God,
yeah.
yes.
Because हमारा friend circle वही बन
Yeah,
जाता
वो
है.
बन जाता है. And then it's just like you're breaking up with a bunch of people.
yeah.
And it also feels like you're breaking up with the whole entire family. Because you're
Yeah.
like, I used to like this person.
And sometimes
kind of
you
painful.
stay in a relationship. I don't know if people do this, but sometimes you'd stay because uska best friend and the group is really
So
fun.
fun. And they hang out and they go out.
Can't
Yeah.
relate.
No, but I don't know. It may happen to
It
some
may
people.
happen.
Yeah.
He gives me a right to like, I get
Yeah,
it.
a bit adventurous group है यार इनका.
All right, guys. This was a really fun conversation. I feel like I've gotten so much out of this, and it's incredible. Again, did you feel that this was a therapy session?
Babe, more than therapy.
Awesome.
I think all I need now
None
is
of you shed tears, so I'm kind of disappointed. So if you could just look in the camera.
You don't. We don't.
Babe, I'll try right now. I'll try. Abhi
Yeah.
makeup tha, so I was just controlling myself
Yeah,
really
makeup
hard.
करा हम तैयार होके आए हैं for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love these gals and I can't stop talking with them, but I have to end this episode. Thanks for watching another episode of the Overthink Tank. Thank you to Komal Pandey and thank you to Sejal Kumar for making it on this episode. And thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
I don't usually get that angry, but it's just people who watch my videos but don't subscribe to just get the best of me. You don't want to do that. Subscribe.